Alright guys, welcome back to the YouTube channel. So if you are new to the channel, like, subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you can get notified when we post videos like this in the channel.
Alright guys, so this is just a review of what you would have had yesterday night. But I was so tired and I needed rest, okay? So I apologize for not having that time with you guys yesterday. Alright, but go through this and it will really give you a broader understanding to the assignment I gave you guys. But literally none of you really got the answers I was expecting. I was expecting you go probably to your higher time frame, try to figure out the fair value gaps I picked. So I had a fair value gap from the 4 hours time frame too. So we had, have you seen this here? Let me make this 1 hour fair value gap only visible to the 1 hour time frame. So it should be only visible to let's do three. So we had this bearish fair value gap here. You see how it's really clear the expansion to the downside, giving us this bearish fair value gap, and you can see that from the higher time frame, that is the only fair value gap we have there. So this is a 4 hours fair value gap, and that's a 4 hours fair value gap. Then we can now scale down to the 1 hour time frame. This is just literally what I've explained to you guys. Yeah, you see how it corresponds with the 1 hour fair value gap. So we have a 4 hours fair value gap, a 1 hour fair value gap, and also we can scale down to the 30 minutes. Let's see what we have there. So in the 30-minute time frame, we there's literally no fair value gap here. Have you seen that there's no fair value gap here? But since we have the higher time frame, bearish fair value gap backing that up, and a 1 hour bearish time frame too backing that up, so this level here will be a strong level of resistance for it. So let's go to our 15-minute time frame. So you see how from here, this area here, this is a bullish fair value gap price. This bullish fair value gap was really holding price to go in for this 1 hour and 4 hours fair value gap. So at this point here, this level will be a strong level of resistance for it. So you sit and watch if you will get a displacement to the downside in the lower time frame. Okay, so you just sit and watch how it will react up this place. Okay, so this bullish fair value gap for the 15 minutes sponsored price to go higher to the bearish fair value gap, and then let's see the reaction we'll get. If we'll get a bearish reaction to the downside. So 5 minutes. Now this is it here in the 5 minutes. So now you can literally see a whole lot here from the 5 time frame. So we've seen that this buy side right here has been taken very sharply. Seeing how that buy side liquidity there has been taken. Then at yesterday I told yesterday, right? Yeah, day before yesterday I told you guys that you look for your trade setup by New York time with NASDAQ. That's 7 a.m. New York time. But I advise you start from 8:30 New York time. Then you also look for your setup at 9:30 New York time. 9:30 New York time is the opening bell for the NASDAQ market, the stock exchange market here. So now let's scale right down to our 1 minute time frame, which that is where the entry was at. So now this is it here. Have you seen how jagged it was from here? There was a news right here. I sponsored it to the upside here. See how it has been taking out these highs just at this fair value gap. So this looks like a saw, just as I explained to you guys um, 2 nights ago. Okay, so once we took out this buy side here, I've seen it dropped lower. All right, so drop lower, but for me, the time I took the trade was after the 9:30 opening, but I wanted to see what will happen from there. Then next we had was this here, this buy side liquidity here taken here. We're saying that's more like a minor buy side liquidity there. And we had this fair value gap, bearish fair value gap. This would have been pretty interesting here. It would have really been interesting here. But if this kind of setup happened before after the 9:30 opening bell, I can take this. But it did not happen after the 9:30 opening bell. But it's still a nice setup. You see how it did not take this high. So even if you took the entry right from here, trusting that it will be a bearish, it will sell. So you can take a short here. Your stop loss should be right at this high here, and your take profit should be just this is an inversion fair value gap here. Let's say the sell side liquidity right here. Sell side liquidity here. So that would have been if you saw it early, that would have been what you would have anticipated. You see this shift in market structure here. That's a shift in market structure. You see, once it started expanding, after it took out this buy side here, it started expanding to the downside, gave us this bearish fair value gap here. So have you seen how it dropped from there? So this would have been your take profit. But if you still missed out on this one, if you still missed out on taking that trade, yeah. So this is still a perfect trade from here. If we go to 5 minutes time frame, so let me take this out. Done with that. You will see this. See that this is a bearish fair value gap right here. This is a 5 minutes bearish fair value gap. And remember what I told you that higher time frame PDR rays are stronger. So you pick your PDR rays from the higher time frame, not your entry PDR ray. If your entry, if you've picked a higher time frame PDR ray, like a PDR ray, like fair value gap from the higher time frame, you once you want to take your entry, come down to the 1 minute or 5 minutes, okay? So since our entry is going to be at the 1 minute time frame, I can pick this 5 minutes fair value gap here. So let's go. Let me label this a 5 minutes fair value gap. So let me go down to the 1 minute time frame. So now, since I did not catch the sales right from here, since I didn't catch the sales right from here, this entry 1 minute fair value gap here. So I can still wait for it to retrace right back to this 5 minute fair value gap. The narrative is still there, okay? So I'll just do this. This is going to be our sell side liquidity now, as I dropped in the screenshot for study yesterday. So this is going to be our new sell side liquidity there. And this is how your entry will be like, probably at this fair value gap here, that 5 minute fair value gap. Entry will be here. Stop loss should be stop loss should be probably above this high here. Keep it above the high. But with time you get the experience of keeping it just at this fair value gap here. But for now, keep it above the high. Then your take profit should be here. See, it literally moved more than that. Alright, literally moved more than that. Okay, so this was just what I was expecting of you guys. This is what I wanted. This is the kind of explanation I wanted from you guys, but none of you was giving me that. Yeah, so none of you was giving me that. So this is an inversion favor legal from the higher time frame. We'll still talk about that much later. Let me just do it here. 1 hour time frame. So our chart now is quite dirty. So have you seen this was a bullish fair value gap? It broke below it here. It did not respect it. So we can anticipate that to be an inversion fair value gap, because if this was a bullish fair value gap and it did not respect it to continue higher, so this will act the inverse direction, to act opposite. All right. This is going to be our 1 hour inversion fair value gap now. So let's get to 30 minutes. Yeah. So in 30-minute time frame, see we don't have a fair value gap here, but we have very quick displacement right to the downside. So let's go to the 15 minutes. In 15 minutes here, we have this other block right here. Is a bearish order block. This down green candle, this up close green candle, I mean. So now you see how it came here, right? Just at this inversion fair value gap here. And now we have this two consecutive green candles, up close green candle, okay? And going to the 1 minute time frame. So coming here, you see how we have these highs really jagged here. These highs here are really jagged. So you can trust that, because they'll be seeing a higher high, lower, higher low, higher high, lower low. But this point here, um, we've taken a buy side liquidity and we've taken a whole lot of buy side liquidity here. So a lot of people will want to be going in for more buys. Even the moving average here, yeah, I've not added that to the 1 minute. If you add your moving average there, you'll be having that the candlesticks will stay above this. So you want to see it do the opposite of that. Just at this your inversion fair value gap once it has taken out a buy side liquidity here. So once you have this serious displacement to the downside. I don't want to talk about this here, right? So once you have that serious displacement to the downside, this would have been a nice entry for sales here. And your target should be a sell side liquidity normally. Here we have sell side liquidity here. We have sell side liquidity here. We also have sell side liquidity here. So either one you pick your correct thing. And this just at the New York afternoon session here. And you do this bearish fair value gap entry. So your entry should, your stop loss can be just at this place. Why we keep this stop loss here is that we still have a fair value gap here. We still have a fair value gap here. Okay. So just in case it wants to come back here and here, so we have that this is going to be our last area of defense. So our take profit is going to be here. You can still extend our take profit down here. Okay. So if you still want to hold for that, you're not wrong. So this is just a review we would have done last night. So these are those jagged highs we've had our buy side liquidity taken here for these highs here. We've taken buy side right to this 1 hour inversion fair value gap, and then this the buy side here we've taken. So this is just a trade setup, like what I expect you should be looking out for this kind of stocks. All right, so this is an example using an inversion fair value gap. But for now, I don't want you to be focusing on inversion fair value gap. Just let's assume this was a normal bearish fair value gap. So we are anticipating a sell. So we want to see it take out buy side, displace to the downside. This is a break in market structure here. So you can call that a shift in market structure, just like the other part. It's a break in market structure. And we have this bearish fair value gap here. And boom to the downside. So if you have any question, just drop your questions, okay? Still good. Have a lovely day. So I should drop this for you this morning, okay?